Judah, Jacob's son, had 3 sons: Onan, and Shelah. Judah chose a Canaanite woman to marry his first son. The name of the Canaanite woman is Tamar. However, was described as wicked in the sight of the Lord, and as a result, God put him to death. This left Tamar a widow without children, as it meant she had no one to carry on the family line or provide for her in her old age. Following the customs of the time, Judah instructed his second son, Onan, to marry Tamar in what is known as a levirate marriage. The purpose of this marriage was to produce offspring in the name of the deceased brother, ensuring his lineage would continue. Onan, however, was unwilling to produce offspring that would not be considered his own, and he avoided impregnating Tamar. This act displeased God, and Onan was also put to death. With 2 of his sons dead, Judah became reluctant to give his third son, Shelah, to Tamar in marriage, fearing that he might also die. Judah told Tamar to live as a widow in her father's house and wait until Shelah grew up. However, Judah did not intend to fulfill this promise, leaving Tamar in a vulnerable and uncertain position. Realizing that Judah had no intention of giving her to Shelah as a wife, Tamar took matters into her own hands. When she learned that Judah was going to Timnah to shear his sheep, she disguised herself as a prostitute and positioned herself along the road to Timnah. Judah saw her but did not recognize her as his daughter-in-law and approached her to sleep with her. Tamar asked for a pledge from Judah in exchange for her services, requesting his seal, cord, and staff, personally identifiable items. Judah agreed, and they slept together, resulting in Tamar's pregnancy. Afterwards, Tamar returned home, removed her disguise, and resumed wearing her widow's garments. When Judah later sent a friend to retrieve his items and pay the prostitute, she was nowhere to be found. 3 months later, when Tamar's pregnancy became known, Judah, unaware of her true identity, ordered that she be brought out and burned for her apparent immorality. However, as she was being brought out, Tamar sent a word to Judah that she was pregnant by the man who owned the seal, cord, and staff. When Judah saw these items, he immediately recognized them as his own and declared, "She is more righteous than I, since I wouldn't give her to my son Shelah." Judah acknowledged his failure to fulfill his obligation to Tamar and accepted responsibility. Tamar gave birth to twin sons, Perez and Zerah. During the birth, Zerah put his hand first, and the midwife tied a scarlet thread around it to mark him as the firstborn. However, he drew back his hand, and Perez was born first, with Zerah following. Perez, the firstborn, became a significant figure in the genealogy of Judah, eventually leading to King David and later Jesus Christ. Tamar's story is notable for several reasons. Being a widow, she secured her place in Judah's family. Her actions were motivated by a desire to fulfill her duty to her deceased husband and to secure her place within the community. And here is the lesson. Her inclusion in the genealogy of Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew highlights her in biblical history, showing the richness of God's mercies and his ability to bring beauty out of the unseemingly ashes of one's past. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.